this. And let me see. So again, I can't think of any announcements other than this week is just exam 1 for week 4. Okay, so let's go to our assignments. Okay, let me see. So 2:25 until what? What time do we get out of class? Is it 3:05 or 3:15?
3:15.
We only got like 30 minutes. So we'll do like 20 minutes on section 1.1 and then 10. Hey Siri, set a timer for 20 minutes. So let's take some time to go through section 1.1. I want to go to manage. All right, let's go here. And I'm going to type open. I'm going to go lucky number 13. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20. Hey, Google, maximize your volume. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
Here's a random number, 7.
7. Lucky number 7. Okay. So let's take a look at this. So we'll take about 20 minutes on this section, and then we'll do 10 minutes on 1.2, and then on Thursday we'll do 10 minutes on 1.2, and then 20 on 1.3, and that'll get us through the sections for the exam. Graph the equation by plotting points. So let x be these. We can actually do this with transformations. Let me think about it. That's going to be a negative x plus 2. If we factor out the negative, it'll be x minus 2. So it should just be a v moved to the right by 2. I'm going to go with C, right? So my claim is that when x is 2, y is 0. So it has to be either B or C, right? When x is 2, y is 0. Anybody on the call did not get attendance credit today? Okay. I'm going to go ahead and lock the meeting. Security, come on. Okay. So with this one, right, it says graph the equation by plotting points. I noticed that when x is 2, y is 0. When x is 4, right? When x is 4, that's going to be a positive 2. I'm going to go with C. C is the only one that looks like it's right. Okay. I'm going to go 13 again. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
Here's a random number, 12.
That's close that time. Let's go 12. So it says without graphing, determine whether the equation has a graph that is symmetric with respect to the x, the y, and the origin, or none of these. Okay, yeah, let's work through this one. Here. So Let's do some paper. Let's do some graph paper. What? That's smooth. I like that. They're always doing updates. That's cool. Okay. So we're gonna do this is homework. We're gonna say exam one study session. Study session. This comes from week week one, section 1.1. Graphs of equations. No, yeah, graphs of equations. This is question number 12, and that comes from 1.1, question 41. Okay. So I'm going to say test for symmetry. Test for symmetry. And we have y equals x squared plus 12, right? I'm going to do, let's hop over to the tablet. So what I'm going to do, are you frozen? There you go. Are you lagging? It's a little bit of a lag, but it's okay. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to test for even, odd, or neither. This is a little bit different than the way the book does it. So if we do f of x equals x squared plus 12, so if I do f of negative x, that's going to be negative x squared plus 12. So if I'm doing a test for even, odd, or neither, a function being even, the definition of even means f of negative x equals the original. A function being odd means if we do f of negative x, that gives us negative f of x. A function being even is the same as y-axis symmetry. Y-axis symmetry. Symmetry. A function being odd means origin. Origin symmetry. Okay. So if we square, if we say negative x times negative x, double negative is positive. This is going to be x squared plus 12. Which is the original, right? So we have f of negative x equals f of x. That means the function is even, so that means we have y-axis symmetry. Okay? So let's hop back over to Pearson. So we should have y-axis symmetry. Okay. Let me see. I'm gonna type open. I think Siri is gonna. Google's gonna choose. Okay, I saw 2. I saw 45, but that's too high. I'm gonna guess 2. Hey Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
Here's a random number, 15.
15. So what I'm doing in the chat, I'm just playing. It's a little mini game that I play where I'm seeing if I can guess what number is gonna choose, just to kind of have a little bit of fun. It's not really for anything. So but they got 15. Let's see. And you're welcome to join in too. Whenever you see me type open, that means I'm just guessing the number. That's all. So this is question number 15. So I'm gonna do this one in black. And it comes from section 1.1, question 49. It says determine the center and the radius of the circle. Oh, so it's nothing to write down here. This is already in standard form. So the center is going to be, it should be -5, 2. Should be the center. So notice how we flip the signs. Because it has to be x minus h and x minus k. And then the radius is going to be 5. I'm going to go 7 this time. Let's see. Close. Hey Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
15.
15. Okay. Let's look at question number 15. Is that what we just did? So let's do 16. Find the standard form of the equation of the circle that satisfies the given conditions. Graph the equation. It has this center and this radius. Okay. Let's write this one out. So this is question 16 from section 1.1. It comes from 1.151. Standard form of the equation of a circle. Standard form of circle with the center is 1, 0, and the radius is 7. Okay. And again, if you have questions, I am monitoring the chat, or you can just unmute yourself if you have questions. Okay, let's hop over to the tablet. So the standard form of the equation of a circle is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equals r squared. Okay. So they give us the center. So that's going to be x minus 1 squared plus y minus 0 squared equals 7 squared. Okay. What did the question ask? Standard form. We're pretty much done. I'm going to make a few adjustments. I don't mean somebody left. Okay. Standard form of the equation of a circle. We got x minus 1 squared plus, I'm just going to say y squared, because y minus 0 is the same as y squared, equals 49. The center is at, why does that look like that? That's probably the answer. X, so over 1 and up 0, and the radius is 7. It can't be that. That's off. I think this is it. I don't know why it does that. I'm going to check this answer. Okay, let's go open. I'm going to guess number 8. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
Here's a random number. 13.
13. Oh, now you want to do 13. That's too funny. All right. I don't think it chose 13. Let's look at question number 13. All right. Test the equation for symmetry with respect to the x, y, and the origin. So I remember with the last one, I forgot to do the other explanation for symmetry. I'm going to try the same thing here. So this is question number 13, and it comes from section 1.1, question 45. It's a test for symmetry. The original is y equals 6x to the 6 plus 4x squared. I'm just going to do, for right now, I'm going to do f of x equals 6x to the 6 plus 4x squared. Oh, let's go here. So then I'm going to do f of negative x. That's going to give me 6 times negative x to the 6 plus 4 times negative x squared. If we this, I don't know why I got flippy all of a sudden. I think it's because I'm looking down. So if we have an even number of negatives, that's ultimately going to be positive. Same for the next one. And I think that is the original. All right. So f of negative x equals f of x. That's the definition of a function being even, and even is the same. Do we have x-axis symmetry? I'm going to say no there. Okay, let me do those tests so that we can recap that. So for instance, if we want to test for x-axis symmetry, if we want to test for x-axis symmetry, we're gonna change again. This triangle means change. It's like delta. It's a Greek symbol, delta. In this context, I'm using it for change. So for x-axis symmetry, we're going to change y to negative y and simplify. Okay? So then we're going to say negative y equals 6x to the 6 plus 4x squared. We can't do any manipulation to get back to the original, so we're going to say no there. For y-axis symmetry, we change x to negative x and simplify. So we're going to have y equals 6 times negative x to the 6, 4 times negative x squared. Okay. I think it's a similar argument as before. This should be clear. If it's not, just let me know. Which is the original. So we did get back to the original. So we would say yes to x-axis, y-axis symmetry is what we said earlier. And then because we've already gotten one no, we can't have origin symmetry. There's a theorem that says, or a corollary that says, whenever we have two, if we have two of the, hang on. Whenever we have, if two of the tests say yes, then we're guaranteed the third. So like if origin symmetry were to say yes, we should be guaranteed x-axis, but we already know the x-axis is a no. So with that, we can say that the origin symmetry would be a no. Even if we do the test, it'll be a similar argument for the ones that you see on the screen right now. So now I'm going to hop back here and submit the final results. For y-axis, we said yes. And for origin, we said no. All right. Just going to open. I'm going to go 8. Let me see. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 20.
20.
20. Let's look at 20. It says find the center and radius of the circle. Oh, wait a minute. Did our timer go off? Where's the timer? Oh, we still got a couple of minutes. Yeah, we're okay. I'm probably going to make this the last one from this section. Center and the radius. So we need to do like completing the square and these kind of things. Okay, I feel like we did this one. Did we do this one already? No. I don't think we did it with you all. So this is question 20. It comes from section 1159. A says to find the center and radius. And then B says to find x and y intercepts. X and y intercepts. And the function we have is 4x squared plus 4y squared plus 16y equals 0. All right. Center and the radius. Let's divide everything by 4. So then we'll get x squared plus y squared plus 4y equals 0. The x is already done because we don't have another x term, so we can write x like this. But then for this y term, we need to do completing the square. So completing the square is going to be b over 2 squared added to both sides. So in this case, our b is what, 4? And the equal sign is just supposed to come down and the 0 comes down. Okay. So the y, let's go one more, let's go another step. 4 divided by 2 is 2, squared is 4. So we really added 4 to both sides, and that's just going to be a 4 over there. Okay. So then if we look at the y terms, it can now be factored. X minus 0. I think it's what, going to be y plus 2. 2 squared. Okay, let's see if we can answer. Let's go ahead and find the intercept. For the x-intercept, we set y to 0. Let me see. If we set y to 0, it looks like we're going to have x squared plus 4 equals 4. So then x equals 0. So that's going to be the origin, right? Let's do the y-intercept really quickly. Oh, set x equal to 0? If we set x to 0, man, I don't feel like doing all this. So we're going to have y squared plus 4y plus 4 equals 4, right? If we set x to 0, right? If we keep going, so we're going to get y squared plus 4y equals 0. We can factor. We get y times y plus 4 equals 0. So then either y equals 0, which is the origin, or y equals what? Negative 4. Okay, so then let's hop over to Pearson and see how do we do. The center of the circle, we said the center was, I think it's 0, 0, negative 2. And then the radius is 2. So notice this one says type an ordered pair. So the x-intercepts is only the origin. Okay. The y-intercepts, we had the origin, and when y was negative 4. Okay. All right. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes.
Okay, 10 minutes and counting.
All right, so I'm going to hop over to 1.2 for a few minutes. And then once the timer goes off, that'll be it for today. Hey Google, give me a random number 1 through 22.
7.
Oh, I got that one. I got that one right. All right, let's go here. Did it load? No, it didn't. Oh, they're at 350. I don't know why I always send you there right after you guys. You acting up on me? Sorry, guys. Let's go here. All right. So let's go to number 7. Find the equation in slope-intercept form that passes through the given points and has the slope m. Okay. Well, if the slope is 0, that means it's just going to be y equals -4. Nothing to calculate there. And then it's just going to be a horizontal line through y equals 4. Y equals -4.
Oh, no.
Is there a question? You guys okay? Okay. Let me hit open. All right, let's see. I'm going to do, I don't know why, I saw 8 and I saw it again, so I'm going to go with 8. Let me see. Hey, Google, give me a random number 1 through 22.
Here's a random number. 19.
19. All right. Let's look at 19. Write an equation of the line containing the point and parallel to the given line. So we wanted to go through this point and parallel to this. We're going to have to write this one down. So I'm going to do a little bit of space. So now we're in week 2. This comes from section 1.2 lines. And this is question number 19. It comes from 1-257. So our line needs to be parallel to the line 6x minus 5y equals 3, and through the point 2, -2. Okay, just for the sake of time, we only have about 5 minutes remaining. So let's hop over to the tablet. So with this, it needs to be parallel to this line. So parallel, perpendicular, and neither is always about slope, right? So we need to find the slope of this line, and then the slope of our line is going to be the same. So I'm going to solve for y. If I add 5y and subtract 3, I'm going to get 5y equals 6x minus 3. Divide both sides by 5, y equals 6 over 5x minus 3 over 5. So that means our slope needs to be a -3 by 5. It says slope-intercept form. I'm going to start with slope-intercept form. Y equals mx plus b. You don't have to do it this way, and I think the book probably does it a little bit different way. But essentially, there's more than one correct way to go about this. So if we look, our y is -2. Our slope is a -3 by 5. Our x is 2. Only thing we don't know is b. Okay. What is that? 6 over 5. So we're going to have, on the left, we're going to have 6 over 5 10 over 5, right? Equals b. So then b is going to be equal to a negative 4 by 5. So the equation of our line should be a negative 3 by 5 x minus 4 by 5. Let's try this answer and see how do we do. Y equals, type of answer slope, use integers or fractions. So we got a negative 3 by 5 x minus 4 by 5. All right, let's see where did we make our mistake. Let's go back and look at our work. So the original, we want x is 2, y is negative 2. The original is 6x minus 5y equals 3. Okay, let's go back and be a little bit more meticulous and see if we found out if we can find an error. So if we add 5y and subtract 3, we're going to get 6x minus 3 equals 5y. Divide both sides by 5. I see where I made my error. I don't know how. I know exactly what I did. Okay, I found the error. I took the y-intercept as a slope instead of the slope as a slope. Being sleepy and kind of moving fast. So I'm going to delete this. This is where we made our error. So our slope is actually 6 by 5. The slope is 6 by 5, right? So then our y is negative 2. Our slope is 6 by 5. Our x is 2. Only thing we don't know is b. 12. So subtract. B is going to be equal to, I think it's negative 22 by 5. Let me see. That's 12 by 5. Subtract 12 and 10 is negative 22. I'm going to go with this. So then the equation of our line should be 6 by 5x minus 22 by 5. Let's see if this one works. Hopefully we didn't make any mistakes. When x is 2, y should be negative 2. I'm just not going to check that right now. X is 2. 6 times 2 is 12. That's going to be a negative 10 over 5, which is negative 5. 10 over 5, which is negative 2. So let's check it in Pearson. That's the time. So that's supposed to be a positive 6 by 5. (22 over 5). Okay. So I didn't really want to keep you all longer than that. If there are no burning questions, I've kind of been monitoring the chat, and we had ample opportunity. Did anybody want to ask any questions before I let everyone go? Let me go ahead and share a copy of this with everyone. It's in the box. This is the fall 2020. It's this one. The notes right there. Okay. All right. If there aren't any burning questions, I'll let everybody go, and I'll see you. The exam it'll be available tonight, and it'll be due this Saturday, and I'll see you all on Thursday. All right. Take care.